I'm going to be replacing my regular tailgate with this one that has the tailgate step built into it. Unfortunately though, I have to replace the left side hinge because instead of a circle like a standard tailgate would be, this one has a notch because there is a tension rod that goes through there for a torsion. So I have to replace this. Requires removing these two T50 bolts and replacing the hinge with this part number. As you can see here, the standard will fit right in there like that. I'm trying to figure out roughly how far out this is going to be because they're pretty adjustable mounting points. So this is, say, roughly about 2 inches to the center. So on this side, it's about 2 inches to the center of that now too. Well, let's see what it looks like. May have to adjust it. I just got put on here. I swapped these cables over from the these are the ones with the new tailgate. These are the original tailgate ones. They're a little bit better condition. Those ones are kind of beat up and bent. So those are just a T45. Unbolts that, and these just clip off with these little spring things. So let's see what it looks like. I may have to take this back off again and adjust this hinge in or out, see how it lines up with this back corner. So first time closing this, hopefully it opens again. Make sure it's not tweaked. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that'll probably work. It's like the box is still kind of tweaked from that accident, where the top needs to come in a little bit, and it does flex. Let's see if this opens. Oh, hey, it opens. There you go. Tailgate step. Just needed two hands for a second to get that thing open. Alright, now I get to swap over all the goodies so we can get that handle swapped over from that one to this one. So there's a couple of things that need to be changed over from the original tailgate over. It includes this center part right here. It's got the backup light for the camera, and then the backup camera, and then it's just the touch button. So there's some hardware. I gotta get this off. To do that, I'm gonna have to take off this entire back panel to get to components in there and swap over all the guts for the motors and whatnot, solenoids. So these are 225, so I'm gonna get these off quick. So on the original tailgate we have here, there's an electric solenoid that runs basically the arms that unlock the sides. So I'm gonna have to swap over this assembly over onto the tailgate step, and also I gotta take out the wiring harness back here that runs all the way to the back. The first thing I gotta do to get this old one out, get a screwdriver in here. I'm gonna push this down. It's easier to do with two hands. I'm gonna push this in here, pop this out. So I got that unbolted. There's just two 10mm bolts. Takes that out, slides out. Now there is a connector here. You have to undo, and that goes to the wiring harness that leads everywhere else. And I got to swap over the wiring harness and that assembly from the original tailgate along with the tailgate handle. So also, you get the tailgate handle on here. You got to take these 10mm bolts out. So you can put a socket in straight through the top and get that out. So the tailgate handle just got out here. So the way this comes out is that there's a little gap right here. Put a flat pry bar or plastic piece in here, pull down, and then there's these little clips on each side. You gotta push these in a little bit, and it pops out and kind of falls out. So this is the old lock handle. We're gonna put that in the new tailgate step. You can see how it's connected here. Just gotta push all that back up and then back through the hole. When you get this new handle, put in the tailgate step. So on here there is a little lip right there that it's going to have to catch on the bottom. And you can see these little spring clips right here kind of snapped in place, and then the post Get those lined up. This snaps in place. Let me put those bolts back in. You can see the difference here. This is the mechanical actuator. It's got the handle control on then each side of the tailgate. And then on this side, there's no handle control. That's based off of that sensor. Plugs in here, and then it connects the same way. We get that placed in here, get bolted down. Now we get this all connected and bolted down. Let me get these set in place. Just hold on. Gonna test this here. Yep, looks like it works. So, give it a shut. Got the dealer information sticker removed here. Then I went through and buffed the entire back tailgate. There's some fine scratches here. I'm gonna have to probably go over with another layer of buffer. Kind of hard to see those from the camera angle. There you go. But tailgate works just like it's supposed to. And then this is going to have to get some bedliner spray on it. Either I got a container of Raptor liner, or I might take it down to get Line-X since the bed is Line-X, but it doesn't really make much difference. It looks very similar, so I'll probably just spray this with Raptor liner.